Good afternoon. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Media News. The headlines. FDD leader EDITH NAWAKWI urges President HICHILEMA to fire Agriculture Minister. Government to investigate the arrest of 2 MUVI television journalists. Details coming through after this commercial.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chol. We're from Cho's Fitness Gym. We're a fully functional gym located along Twin Palm Road in Kablonga, right by Cheshire Homes Society of Zambia. So we have various classes that happen from Monday to Friday. We have aerobics, we have boot camp, we have step aerobics, we have spinning, we have kettlebell classes. They happen from 18 to 19 hours every day, and we are open from 06 until 20 hours. That's Monday to Friday. Then Saturdays 6 to 12, and then Sundays we are closed, and most public holidays we are open 6 to 12.
And now the media news in details. Traders in Leteta village in Chivombo district have called on the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to urgently consider erecting a market shelter for them, stating that they are being forced to sell by the roadside.
Statistics from the Zambia National Marketers Credit Association Zanamaka indicate that over 3 million citizens depend on trading activities in markets, on the streets, and along rivers in the country. Despite this number, the construction of market shelters has remained focused in urban areas, leaving those in rural areas with no choice but to sell in makeshift structures due to the lack of formal markets. This is the situation in Leteta village of Chivombo district, where traders say they too would like a formal market shelter with proper sanitation and roofing to see them trading even during the rain season. They were speaking to Camnet News.
More especially ama toilets. Usangwa tsama bus abama bus vai minina ama passengers mu bus. Tabako etoko ya toilet ukakuba tibenga yo kuli konzi. Instead hapa liponse fen pa toilet so tatuli safe especially kuli ashiria health. Ngabatukulira kwa ma toilets ni shito abako safe pa market yeso then na ama shelter pa markets. We don't have shelters, so to say. All the marketeers at our market area does not have shelters. They only make their own, which is not very good when it's raining like this. So we see that they are facing a lot of challenges in terms of shelter. So we are trying to see if the government can also do some simple shelters, just like the way they do in other places like town areas. So like to see this looks like it needs to be like that part area, a little part which can also help the people to also sell in the good condition.
Others say the lack of basic infrastructure like market shelters in some rural areas is making citizens feel left out, urging the current administration to ensure equal development.
Market tatwakwata wino market naifupe nitulelomba nafuti kuba fyashi besu ba echechi batwafuirisheko bana mayo tulafu okuchitama kwebo tulafu okwati nafutu esangwa pa market nomba market yo twakwa tayari tuchepela so bambi takuli ku market umutenge pa market tapali sheote yaba bwino tapaba but abantu balafu okushitisha balafu okuchitama kwebo na nawe nenda fu okuchitama kwebo nomba stand pa market shakwata mlanduka place ko twakwata nafuti ka nono so tulelombwa ngati batupangira kona ife market dabai kushako na ngwatu pera kwa hapa kulopa kwati batupangira market epo tuingalashitisha.
The informal sector, which includes trading activities, remains one of the major sources of income for majority of Zambians, requiring adequate support from the government. Zipora Mshala, Camnet News, Chivombo District.
Forum for Democracy and Development FDD President EDITH NAWAKWI has challenged President HICHILEMA to fire Agriculture Minister Ruben Mtolo for failing to manage the 2022-2023 Farmer Input Support Program.
On record as saying that when he is president of our country, beef will be cheap. Has beef been cheaper? Has maize been cheaper? Has fertilizer been cheaper? It's all shinga butter. He put butter on our face, and you young people went out to say God has sent a savior, when in fact God sent Saul to us. You need to understand This is time to start mobilizing yourselves as young people. This president is not the president for unemployed young people. This is a president for rich people. This is a president who doesn't care about our country. If he did care, he would know that today is the 21st of November 2022, and the agricultural season runs from 1st November planting to 15th November. You must plant your soybeans, you must plant your maize, and in some places it's raining heavily. And this Mr. Mutora, I really don't want to go that far. I have ended by saying, can you fire Mutoro? If President Hakainde says he's a competent president, let him fire Mutoro. Because Mutoro is making him look extremely incompetent, extremely unorganized. There are ministers in this government whom otherwise they are just there because they are UPND supporters. But
Chilubi Member of Parliament Mlenga Fue has predicted hunger in his constituency come 2023. In an interview with Camnet News, Mr. Fue says cassava, which is the staple food and main source of livelihood for the people of his constituency, has been attacked by a disease known as brown streak.
Cassava plant has many benefits as the roots, leaves and stem are all used for different purposes, from food to medicinal. For places like Chilubi Island in northern province of Zambia, this is the staple food, as other foods like maize and rice come after this crop. Cassava is also able to thrive in harsh weather conditions like droughts, hence making it one of the major sources of income for many people. In an interview, Chilubi Member of Parliament Mlenga Fue, however, says most cassava crops in his constituency have been struck by brown streak, a disease which affects the stem, leaves and roots of the crop.
The brown streak cassava disease, I think, has caused a lot of havoc to our people, especially that it threatens the food security of our households, because cassava is the mainstay of the people. I know that maize is mainly ventured in for commercial reasons. They grow maize to sell to FRA and other stakeholders so that they can send children to school and cater for different economic needs. But when it comes to cassava, mainly it's for consumption. And I think that's what our people believe, and that's what has been feeding our people for a longer period. In any case, cassava is even drought resistant to some extent, and I think cassava is the tuber that you can store for some years in a field where you are just going there to dig and make meal.
He has therefore called for mitigation of looming hunger due to this before it becomes a cause of concern in 2023.
So that is quite sad, a presentation which needs the attention of the Vice President's office as soon as possible.
Agriculture experts have been calling on farmers to ensure that they plant disease-resistant varieties of cassava to prevent such challenges. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kenneth Kalunga says government has taken keen interest in the matter in which two MUVI television journalists were arrested by the Zambia police and were made to pay an admission of guilty fee.
Let the will of justice prevail in whatever circumstances they found themselves in. No one should be able to obstruct the work of the state police. No one is allowed, not even us, the ministry, who are in charge of disseminating the information. So we appeal that please, if you feel that the environment is not safe, you leave it to the law enforcers to do their own work. And as journalists also, they do their own work. There will be no issue. It's unfortunate that the outcome of it, we saw the two journalists who were arrested paid a fine of admission of guilty. As a ministry, we will still look into that issue, that where our journalists paid an admission of guilty, meaning that there could have been something that went wrong. The ministry was not there, but as a ministry, we've taken keen interest where we will seek to speak to both the state and also the journalists what really transpired.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. FDD leader NAWAKWI, EDITH NAWAKWI urges President HICHILEMA to fire Agriculture Minister. Government to investigate the arrest of 2 MUVI television journalists. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.